Hi everyone. Today I want to share something that could truly change your life. Have you ever felt like the days just pass by too quickly? Like you're always busy, but still not getting closer to the life you dream of? You're not alone. In this fast-paced world, it's easy to feel lost, distracted, or stuck. But what if your life could change, not through big leaps, but through small daily habits? This video is about how simple actions, done every day with purpose, can completely transform the way you live. It's not a fairy tale or someone else's perfect life. It's a reflection of real modern struggles and the real habits that help overcome them. Step by step, it shows how choosing quiet in the morning, reading to grow your mind, moving your body with love, and speaking kindly to yourself can open the door to a life full of meaning, clarity, and strength. So take a breath. This is where the change begins. Every morning, the sun's gentle light sweeps across your room, whispering that a new day has begun. In a world filled with constant noise and endless notifications, finding peace before the rush can feel like a small victory. Imagine closing your eyes for a few more minutes, not to drift back to sleep, but to plan your day with a quiet mind. This simple act of setting intentions becomes the first thread in a tapestry of change, and change begins slowly, like the first few steps of a long walk. In today's fast-paced life, time seems to evaporate. We wake up, check our phones, and instantly become lost in the whirlwind of messages, news, and social media. Yet, what if we slowed down for just a moment? What if before grabbing your phone, you reached for a glass of water and took 3 deep breaths? That small pause can reset your mind, making space for clarity rather than anxiety. As you taste the cool water sliding down your throat, you feel connected to your body. You remember that you're more than the messages waiting for you. You remember that every day begins with a choice. Once you feel awake, pick up a notebook. Write down the 3 most important things you want to accomplish today. Not the long to-do list that never ends, but the 3 things that will truly matter. This habit transforms how you approach your hours. You notice that instead of fluttering between tasks, you move with a sense of purpose. Each achievement, no matter how small, becomes a celebration. Crossing the first task off feels like a step up a mountain. The second feels like catching your breath at a scenic rest point. The third feels like reaching the summit with a view that stretches into endless possibilities. And on some days, even one step is enough. What matters is not the number, but the movement. Each line in your notebook is like a promise you make to yourself, and with every promise kept, you build trust in who you are becoming. In this modern era, our minds crave constant stimulation. Yet, hidden in quiet moments is a chance to grow. Amid your day, carve out time to read. It might be a page from a novel, a few paragraphs from a biography, or an article that piques your curiosity. As words fill your mind, you travel to distant lands and meet people who once walked the earth. You learn from their triumphs and mistakes. You find comfort in knowing that millions of souls have walked paths filled with doubt, and many have found their way. In each sentence, you feel a spark of inspiration, fueling your desire to write your own story. Books are more than pages. They are bridges to the best parts of yourself. Every story you read becomes part of your story. The more you read, the more you understand the world, and the more you understand yourself. After reading, it's time to move your body. Exercise may conjure images of sweat-drenched gyms or impossibly fit athletes, but it can be as simple as stretching on your balcony, dancing to your favorite song, or walking briskly through your neighborhood. With each movement, your heart beats stronger, your lungs expand, and your spirit lifts. Exercise in modern life is not just about losing weight or building muscle. It's about releasing the stress carried in our shoulders, the tension hidden behind our backs. It's about reclaiming the freedom of movement we were born with. As you feel your pulse quicken, you remember that your body is your lifelong companion. Treat it with kindness. Movement is not punishment, it is a gift. You may not always feel like doing it, but when you finish, you rarely regret it. And each step you take, each stretch you hold, each breath you draw with intention, becomes a declaration. I am alive, and I am moving forward. Later in the afternoon, when you might feel drained, practice gratitude. Pause and think of 3 things you appreciate: the warmth of sunlight through a window, a friend's encouraging message, or the taste of your favorite snack. These moments anchor you to the present, reminding you that even on tough days, life offers small gifts. By naming these moments, you light up corners of your heart that might otherwise stay in shadow. You learn that gratitude is not just a fleeting feeling. It is a habit that reconditions your mind to see abundance instead of lack. Gratitude shifts the way you see the world. It shifts the way you see yourself. And it teaches you to stop measuring your life only by the big milestones. The smile from a stranger, the smell of your favorite meal, the laughter you share with someone who understands you. These are the tiny miracles that build a life worth living. Smart technology use is the next frontier. Our phones and computers connect us, but they can also pull us into endless scrolling. Designate times in your day when you switch off notifications and focus on one thing: a conversation, a project, or simply staring at the sky. When you take control of your attention, you become the author of your moments, not a character in someone else's feed. This break from digital noise gives your mind room to breathe and room to dream. It's in these quiet moments that new ideas are born, and your mind whispers truths you had forgotten in the rush. Try placing your phone out of reach when you need to focus. Try checking it only at certain times. These boundaries, while simple, can give you back hours, clarity, and peace. And in a world where everyone is constantly distracted, your focus becomes your superpower. As evening approaches, find a moment for reflection. Review your day without judgment. Notice what went well and where you stumbled. Write down one lesson learned. This habit of reflection turns every experience, even the hard ones, into tools for growth. When you revisit these thoughts night after night, you build a mental map of your own progress. You watch patterns emerge, moments of strength, periods of doubt, breakthroughs, and setbacks. And you realize progress isn't a straight line, it's a winding road. Some days you move forward with energy, other days you slow down and rest. But every day, you move. Reflection is not about finding perfection. It's about finding patterns, recognizing effort, and adjusting your course gently as needed. When stress crowds your mind, turn to deep focus. Choose one task, set a timer for 25 minutes, and work without interruption. This focused immersion not only makes you more productive, it also brings joy. You lose track of time as you solve a problem or create something new. This state of flow is precious in modern life, where distractions abound. By practicing focus, you claim a piece of uninterrupted time. In that time, you meet the best version of yourself, focused, capable, and complete. And once you experience that feeling, you begin to chase it. You begin to build your life around it. One task at a time, you shape your future. One moment of focus, one deep breath, one clear decision. This is how progress is made. Words we speak to ourselves shape our lives. Notice when you criticize yourself. I'm not good enough. I'll never finish. Stop and rephrase those thoughts. Instead, say, I am learning. I can try again tomorrow. This habit of positive self-talk softens the harsh voices in your mind. It reminds you that growth is a journey, not a verdict. When you speak to yourself with kindness, you cultivate resilience. You become a friend to your own heart rather than an enemy. These gentle words don't make you weaker. They make you stronger. And when you start talking to yourself like someone you care about, everything changes. You begin to believe in yourself, even when things are hard. You begin to stand tall, not because everything is easy, but because you finally believe you can make it through. Finally, give back. Helping others, whether through a simple compliment or volunteering your time, lights up your heart. In modern life, people often feel isolated, even when surrounded by millions. When you offer genuine support, listening to a friend, mentoring a younger student, or sharing a skill, you remind yourself that connection defines our humanity. This act of kindness ripples outward, returning to you in unexpected ways. A smile from a stranger, a sense of purpose, a deep fulfillment that no screen can match. Giving is not a subtraction from your life, but a multiplication of its meaning. And often, when we give, we receive even more. Clarity, connection, joy. The smallest gesture can change someone else's day, and in doing so, it changes yours. These 10 habits, quiet mornings, intentional planning, reading, movement, gratitude, mindful tech use, reflection, deep focus, positive self-talk, and kindness, are not magic spells. They are daily choices. Each choice may feel small at the moment, but over weeks and months, they weave themselves into powerful habits. They change how you see yourself and how you move through the world. Habits are not built in a single day. They are built in the quiet moments between your choices. And when you begin to live with intention, you begin to live with direction. You don't just react to life, you respond with clarity. In a reality shaped by modern demands, these habits ground you. They remind you that you have agency. You decide how you start and end your day. You choose what nourishes your mind, body, and heart. Every morning that you wake before the rush, every night that you pause to reflect, you reinforce the truth that you can change. You are not fixed. You are becoming. Every moment is an invitation to begin again. And no matter how many times you fall, the path remains open to you. These habits become your foundation, your toolkit, your quiet revolution. Imagine yourself a year from now. You have practiced these habits day after day. You open your eyes with calm. You plan your hours with purpose. You read to expand your mind. You move to free your spirit. You give thanks to ground your heart. You control your tech to safeguard your attention. You reflect to learn from each moment. You focus to master your tasks. You speak kindly to yourself, and you help others with an open heart. Your life is not perfect. Mistakes still come. Challenges still arrive. But you face them with tools that make you stronger. You do not run from life anymore. You meet it. You are not overwhelmed by the noise. You rise above it. You are not lost in the chaos. You are centered in purpose. This vision is real. It starts with the choice you make right now. Will you pause before the rush? Will you plan today with intention? Will you read, move, reflect? Will you speak kindly, help others? These choices are the building blocks of transformation. In modern life, when everything pulls you outward, these habits pull you inward to your own core. They help you remember who you are and what you can become. And when you live from that place of truth, everything begins to shift. You begin to create a life that reflects your values. You begin to build something that lasts. Let this be the moment you start. With each habit, you claim a piece of the life you dream of, one filled with clarity, purpose, joy, and connection. The change begins now, and it begins with you. And as you walk this path, remember this. You don't have to be perfect. You only have to be consistent. Every day, in every small action, you build a life that matters. That is how habits change your life. That is how you change your world. Every word you write, every step you take, every kind thought you think becomes a part of that new world. And in that world, the best version of you is not a dream. It's a reality you are creating, one habit at a time.